I don't really want to walk in on you jerking off to porn, but I'm also like, catch me at the right time. I might be into it. I don't know. It depends on what kind of day I've had, you know?
Back to another episode of Girls Gotta Eat.
Happy Halloween!
Spooky.
Oh, should we have done costumes?
It's too late now.
Too late now.
Should we have done costumes? You know what I'm so sad about is that we bought that soup costume. It was a Campbell's soup can. It was so hot. Do you remember I accidentally sent it to my old apartment in Park Slope, Brooklyn?
My God, you had to go get it.
I had to go get it because it was on an eBay account that I hadn't used in years.
So
I had to
funny.
go get it, and I wore it for our Boston show. It was like your idea. It was so much fun, and I left it at a bar, and I don't have it anymore.
You wore it to a bar? That weekend?
Yeah, like in the lobby of our hotel.
You wore it out?
No, you did. Yeah, like I wore it over to the bar and I left it in the bar, I think, which is in the lobby of our hotel. Regardless, I lost it. It did not survive the night.
Halloween is like today, so we've have gone to the parties and stuff. And then I last weekend judged a dog Halloween costume contest, which was maybe my life's greatest honor. It was unbelievable.
I've never been at home waiting for content like that in my entire life. I was like, when's she gonna post it?
It was so incredible. I'll tell you guys about it, but we will just talk.
We're gonna thank a couple partners, and then we will get into it. So thanks to Bright Cellars for supporting Girls Gotta Eat. Bright Cellars helps you discover wine you'll love. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6-bottle box by going to brightcellars.com/GGE6bottle. That is the number 6. And thanks to Blue Land for supporting Girls Gotta Eat. Blue Land is on a mission to eliminate single-use plastics by reinventing home essentials that are good for you and the planet. Right now, you can get 15% off your first order when you go to blueland.com/GGE.
Yes, and big shout out today to Helix Sleep. Take their 2-minute sleep quiz and they'll match you to a mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. Find your perfect mattress and up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows at helixsleep.com/GGE. And thanks to Base for supporting Girls Gotta Eat. Base lets you pack up your stuff and hit the road with high quality, well-designed travel bags and accessories that won't break the bank. Right now, Base is offering you 15% off your first purchase by visiting basetravel.com/GGE.
Okay. We released our tour last week. Yeah. Thank you so much for everybody that just went to, 18 shows, 17 locations. Thank you for buying tickets. We were really so overwhelmed by the response, and just to know how many of you invited your friends, bought each other tickets, invited your sisters, planned trips, everything. So thank you. We are so excited to be on tour. There are tickets left for a lot of locations. We put a second show in Minneapolis up. It might be sold out by now, but other than that, go to our website, girlsgottaeatpodcast.com. And you'll see everything that's available. And just thank you guys so much. We're so excited.
Yeah. Should we say them? Should we try to say them?
Can you do it by memory?
Hold on.
I think if you do the first half, I can do the second half.
If I just trip up. Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to do this.
You got this.
Salt Lake City, Denver, Phoenix, Minneapolis, Milwaukee, Tampa, Orlando, Miami, Chicago, Philly, DC, New Haven, Sacramento.
Did you do the Ohio's?
I know they're at the end.
Okay.
Columbus, Cleveland, Cincinnati. Is that all of them?
I think that's all. You missed New Haven and Sacramento in order. I think.
No, there was no order. Was not happening. I was just going to see if I could get them all. I think I did it. Oh my God. Look at me. No, I forgot Boston. But
you guys already got enough attention.
We went hard up top on Boston. How could I forget? Okay. So anyway, those are all over the place, but this starts in February. We're in Salt Lake starting on February 3rd, and then that goes all the way through June 11th, and then we'll take the summer off, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see, and then we'll pick back up in the fall. So we will, of course, those of you guys who saw your city not announced, we will announce some more tour dates in the fall. Yeah. Again, I just echo what Raina said in that we just love seeing all your story tags, and 2 girls bought each other tickets. They didn't even know. Someone was like, I got you tickets tickets. She was like, I got you tickets. I just loved it so much. People were like blowing up other people's do not disturb to be like, we got to get through. These tickets are going fast. So they did. Some of the cities just went so fast. It was so cool to see. People just have typos. I was joking. I want to call this a typo tour because people they post their group text and they're like so excitedly typing. I like love to see it. I was like, if you don't have a typo, you're not excited enough. And then my favorite typo was someone who wrote, I'm more Azul's friend, but Ashley and Raina are okay too, or whatever. And spelled Azul
as well.
Azuel. It's like, oh, are you though?
I like when you guys spell my name Rey and I'm like, do you even like me? But we just, oh man, I can't wait to be on this tour and see you guys. And we get so excited to see you guys get so excited. So there are tickets still available in a lot of these cities. We're performing in huge theaters. So get them while you can. Buy them for holiday gifts, birthday gifts, every kind of gift.
Yes.
And we promise you the best night ever.
Can I tell you, I like to reminisce on our tour a lot and various shows from the past. Can I tell you a memory that haunts me to this day?
Oh, it's not like a memory unlocked. It's something you think a lot about.
I think about it a lot.
Okay.
I think about it a lot. I see photos, I see videos that jog my memory, and it sounds a chill down my spine is when I almost fell getting up on stage in Chicago. It was so close. I was teetering on the edge of a step that had no railing in a heel. I think about it like literally, do you ever have things that you think about how they could have turned out and you honestly feel it in your gut? You start to feel hot thinking of like what could have been.
Yeah, I think about dangerous situations I put myself in. But you put yourself in that situation because what'd you make me do? You made me sing down the aisles last minute. Ashley loves to pull out a song and dance number for me because she knows I will black out with terror.
I think about it. We came through the crowd and Raina came down the aisle and I didn't have an aisle to go down. So I was like, I'll just walk through the crowd. And I was so flustered. And then I knew that we had to get up on stage for a certain part of the song. And then the jets were going to go off. So I'm like, I'm not going to make it. The fans were like, she's right here. She's in the crowd. It was like high Omicron times. We're probably all giving each other COVID. It was crazy. And I was like, I have like 8 more seconds to run up these steps, no railing, and get on stage. And I teeter, like you watch the video, I am almost off and I pull myself together and run up the stairs. And like, I just was like, I almost fell on the ground.
I don't even know what we would have done.
What would you have done, Raina?
I don't know. The Chicago Bears drum line was there. Like the stakes were so high.
The stakes were so like, okay, Raina, let me ask you this. If I'm on the floor, I'm on the ground, I have fallen, I'm on the ground, would you have still been like, what's up, Chicago?
Probably.
The drummers are like, who run the world? Girls. Who run the world?
I probably would have said it as a question. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at you and I'm like, am I allowed to do this?
We're literally, they're playing Who Run the World. I'm on the ground.
Anyways, live show tickets. Thank you for buying them and keep buying them. girlsgottoeatpodcast.com. And then we have another really fun announcement that you should announce.
I have so many announcements today. We're on TikTok now. Finally, I'm not going to hype it that much because listen, we're late to the game. We should have been.
Right.
We are very aware. But anyway, we are on TikTok. We are excited to put content on there. So follow us on TikTok, Girls Gotta Eat Podcast. We're going to do clips. And Raina and I have recorded some content with like date ideas and different things that should be really fun. And so, we're on TikTok.
And then you can watch full episodes on YouTube as well. There's clips there. There's shorts. But the entire episode is there. And it's just me and Ashley today. So it's going to be an extra fun episode because I love it when it's just the two of us by ourselves.
Yes, and of course, vibes only. And I have to tell you guys that there is new Halloween content for your Spook Bank original
You know
term.
Bella, you were in the middle of a conversation. She whispered to me, "Is Spook Bank one word or two?"
So get in there. New content is added every week in the Vibes Only app, which is our erotic audio stories. And then they pair with the vibrators via Bluetooth. We did 2 Halloween stories, a him and you and a her and you, and they are very sexy. And so if you're really feeling the mood today, get in there. But again, if you have a subscription, you get access to all of the content. But if you are new here, you want to just try out the app, you can download it and there is some content in there for free. And of course, the controller for the vibrators is free, the standard controller in there. So I know that was a lot to digest, but just, vibesonly.com for our product line and Vibes Only is the app. and you can download it and check it out, see what it's all about. But if you have the subscription, just check out those Halloween stories because they're sexy.
Yeah. And the last thing I'll say about it, we have an incredible product line. The Reina 2-in-1 is back in stock. The Ashley is in stock. The Gigi, which is a great couples toy. And then we released a massage oil recently, which is so fun for date night. So lots of stuff there and lots more stuff coming for the holidays for you guys that we're working very diligently on. So we can't wait to release that for you.
Okay, I have some DMs to read you.
I'm so excited.
This is my new segment. Okay, so the last solo episode we did about foreplay was, again, one of the funniest things we've talked about. If a guy were to slip you his underwear at a restaurant, like he was trying to be sexy. Yeah. We put the clip on Instagram. It's also, you can watch the whole thing in its entirety on YouTube. It was really one of the funniest moments we've had in the podcast. Yeah. I got this DM, Raina. I can't. This girl DM me. She said, I went to a Halloween party yesterday with my boyfriend. He dressed up as a chef, so basically just had an apron and shorts on. We were talking to different people all night and met up at the end and noticed one of the pockets of his apron was soaked. I asked him why, and he said, oh, I got in the hot tub in my boxers, and now I'm just going commando because they were wet. Can you hold them? First of all, I didn't even know there was a hot tub. And second of all, I had brought a clutch and he was asking me to put his wet boxers in it. Could not stop laughing and thought of you.
What are men? Can you hold these wet boxers for me? Like, no woman on earth would find a secret hot tub at a party and be soaking wet and then be like, hey babe, can you hold my soaking wet panties in your duffel bag that you brought to this party?
I like this couple's energy, how they're like, we go to a party and we just go our own.
Up. I love it.
We go our own, we split up. We go our own way. I like the energy of that. But he just, you're right. He found this secret hot tub. It's also like, are you sure, or was this like a jacuzzi tub upstairs? Like, how did she not see the hot tub? Like, what kind of house is this?
Do you think it was just a sink? It's like he went on like his own adventure. It's really crazy. This is so funny. And by the way, I also really like agree with you. I don't think we talk about this a lot, but I love being the couple at a party that like you can walk in together and not see each other for like an hour. And my man can really go on his own adventure and like I didn't even know about it. I love it.
It is so funny where he comes back. You're like, I didn't even know there was a hot tub here, babe. He's like, oh, I was at the ice luge. You're like, what ice luge?
I never know what he's doing back there.
Okay, and then one more. Okay, we asked people to give stories about the breakup season, breakup theory. She says, this is from last week. She says, confirming the seasonal breakup theory, I broke up with my boyfriend of 2 years in September and moved across country. I was on the fence about him and told myself at the beginning of the summer that I would find clarity during the summer because I had so many friend trips planned and a big Italy vacation with him. Had a huge realization at the end of the summer he's not the one, so I pieced out. I love being validated. That's so true. You're not going to break up before the Italy vacation.
We know people that literally went on Italy vacations, a bunch of them, and then broke up right after.
Wait, that's the sign of a breakup. When couples are in Italy, you're like, they're about to break up. I'm kidding.
That is so funny. I would like to, I like totally forgot. So I've been talking about how October is like a big month for me. Specifically the last week in October. I've met like back to back just guys that I've like dated, either short term or long term. But do you know what else I did in October? Who else I met in October was you. I like
Oh my God.
October is like this really crazy month in my life. It always has been. And my fiance left me in October. Like, I feel like there's this crazy thing about October.
Transformational.
It's
transitional and transformational.
If anybody can explain to me what it is about October, it's not like such a hot take. So when you think about October, it's the best month of the fall and you're going out more. So you do naturally meet more people, of course. But I've had really bad, endings also of relationships and new beginnings all in October.
Well, my month is February, and
it's your thing.
That's my thing. That's when oh my God, so many things. I mean, back in the day, that's when a lot of things weirdly happened on like specifically February 4th. I mean, that was the day I got Dewey. That was the day I got this job when I was the editor of Daily Candy in Atlanta. I moved to New York on February 1st. We started the podcast in February. There's more to it, but it's always been, and it's weird because it's the shortest month and it's this like cold, shitty month. And it's always been my personal transformational month. And stuff has always happened in this podcast in that month too.
February. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe people have like months. If you guys have any insights, I would love to hear it. Like why like a certain month is like so hot for you.
Yeah.
Because October it's a big month for me. So I feel like I'm going to meet somebody this week. I feel like I'm going to meet my next boyfriend this week.
This is offensive to me.
Why?
Because you already have somebody that I picked out for you, and you have plans to see him, Raina. What are you talking about? You're going to meet a boyfriend this week. If he's listening, just turn this off.
He's the Mastro's lip butter guy. Beard butter guy.
Beard butter.
Speakeasy is the scent, by the way. I have gotten so many DMs about. It's the number one thing I've gotten DMs about. Speakeasy is the scent.
This was, if people don't know what you're talking about, from the foreplay episode, this beard butter you
Yeah.
talked about.
Yeah. I've had 2 different guys in my life who wear beard butters, and it smells and it lingers on your lip. Afterward. Anyways, my update for you from last week's episode about money. It's just a quick one, but it really was like this crazy, also like kind of cosmic thing because I was talking in the episode about friends not paying you back, and I have this one friend who like I was like frustrated that I had like Venmo requested her multiple times and texted her, and she never paid me, and it was last October, and I swear to God, 2 days after we recorded the episode, she texted me and was like, I realized I never Venmo'd you for last October at so-and-so place, and she Venmo'd me back for the money.
Well, she probably heard the episode.
No, it was before the episode aired.
Oh, what?
Yes, before the episode aired. She texted me, was like, it's so crazy. I like realized I hadn't paid you, and she just paid me. Crazy.
That is really weird.
I know. Crazy.
Spooky.
Spooky
Season. Well, speaking of that, like I want to circle back to this dog costume contest. I was a judge for the Tompkins Square Park dog Halloween parade. That parade has been around for 30 plus years, but it's probably one of the biggest like dog costume contest parades in the world. I mean, it's insane.
People
it
go
takes
really,
over the East Village
really hard,
and people go crazy. So I was a judge for it, and it was incredible. Some of the costumes were. There was like a Sex and the City group. There was a lot of New York themed based costumes. Like a dog was dressed as a bodega cat. I was like, this is wild. There was this couple, a lot of like couples brought their dog. This couple, they were Supreme Court judges, and the dog was your uterus. And it was like the Supreme Court has your uterus on a leash. I was like, oh my gosh. There were some like activism style costumes and just really insane stuff. I posted some of this on my Instagram story, but I mean, there was group costumes like the Titanic. They did this whole railroad with these like 3 Frenchies. They were like the conductors of this railroad. I mean, it was just so wild, some of the stuff people did.
I loved
Rat.
The dog house was so funny. It was a dog wearing a house.
That was Up, the movie Up. So it was this dog in a house that had all these balloons up. They were so creative. They blew me away.
I got to tell you guys, it was so cute after the parade. So like when all the dogs dissipated, I was walking around the East Village and I just saw like a dog dressed as a shark, and there was a dog dressed as a corn cob, and it was just random people walking around with their dogs dressed up. And if you didn't know like where they were coming from, you'd be like, where are all these dogs coming from?
Like the way that people go all out for this,
They went hard.
It's so crazy. And I got to judge it. It was an honor. So anyway,
next year, hopefully you'll be the head MC.
I need to be hosting. I mean, it's fine. They didn't know.
Now they'll know.
But, and then there was this hot guy who came as E.T. and he had this dog in the bike basket, and it was a city bike. I was like, the meter's running.
So
like,
funny.
I love the level of commitment and risk taking, quite honestly. I put him on my story. I haven't heard anything.
No, he's hot.
He is hot.
I texted you and I was like, is that guy hot? And you're like, yeah, I'm hoping somebody identifies
To
him
bring
for
a
me.
city bike into an event
You know, I
is
can't
just
relate.
so funny.
I don't even know what it costs.
Oh, you don't understand how it works. Okay, so
How do bikes work?
you are on like a time limit. God, I have annual membership. I think the way that my annual membership works is I can ride bikes all day, included in the membership, but I have to dock them. So you only get like, I think it might be 45. You only have 45 minutes on that bike, and then you need to go put it in a bank and grab another one. Like you can't ride around all day.
Oh.
Yeah, there's like a time limit on it.
It's so funny. This is just like a part of the world. I know if you guys are newer to the podcast, I can't ride a bike. It was my deepest, darkest secret. I've never learned. I can't do it. So I'm not part of bike culture, and I literally have no idea what she's talking about. So I didn't know you had to like redock.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to take a quick break and then come back, and I have a big announcement. It's kind of a shared announcement. It's a little more Ashley's friend announcement, but
It's not mine. It's yours.
but it's okay.
I'm equally as excited.
Okay.
Maybe more.
That's probably not true. Okay, but I'm going to tell you guys about Base. So we love Base. This is luggage, bags, dog accessories, all the things, but we really just love their luggage and their bags so much, especially this weekender bag. I'm going to tell you guys more about it, but we love our Base pieces, and we have an offer for you. Go to basetravel.com/GGE for 15% off your first purchase, and that is BEICE. BEIS. This weekender bag is iconic. I did recommend it to my brother to get for his wife, and I'm always recommending it for people to get as gifts, especially if they don't have something like that. It's just like a really great bag. The bottom is zippered, so you can put your shoes in it, all kinds of things. There is also this convertible mini weekender, which we love. There's a work tote, clutch. We love a clutch. Hold your boyfriend's wet boxers in it. And we have the, of course, the luggage as well. So, and of course, there's suitcases. So there's carry-on, there's checked bags.
We are two people that travel more than anybody I pretty much know, and we like functionality so much, but also it's nice on top of functionality to have something that's beautiful. So we are obsessed with this luggage line.
I know. I mean, once you really upgrade your luggage, and again, this isn't like some insane, unaffordable line, you really just start to judge everybody else in the airport because you're like, ew.
Yeah,
I used
do
to judge you.
Ashley bullied me into getting better luggage.
I really did.
The first time I showed up with that real shitty luggage, she bullied me into getting good luggage, and I'm glad for it.
So Base has really thought of everything. These 360-degree gliding wheels. The wheels just glide so easily along with you. There's the cushion handle, which I love, like because especially if you do have to pull it because there's some carpet in the airport or carpet in your hotel, that can start to hurt your hand. So it has the it's going to glide beside you unless the floor is not equipped for it, and then you're going to have your cushion handle, built-in weight indicator. There's washable bags for your dirty clothes, interior pockets, all the things. The dog stuff is great. There's a DOP kit. That's a great gift for someone in your life, and just check it out. So we again have a discount for you right now. Base is offering our listeners 15% off your first purchase by visiting basetravel.com/GGE. That's BEIS travel.com/GGE.
Yes. And I'm going to tell you guys about a partner that I really love. Ashley and I are crazy about it. It's great for the holidays as well. And that's Bright Cellars, and they deliver wine to your door. So lots of things about it that's great. The convenience, obviously, of having it delivered to you. They teach you about wine, which I'll tell you about. And it's just nice to have wine in your home. So if you need something as a quick gift or on your way to dinner, it is just the easiest, most perfect thing. After you take a quick 7-question quiz, they match you with wines from all over the world, curated to your taste palette. And we have a deal for you. Get 50% off your first 6-bottle box by going to brightsellers.com/GGE 6-bottle. And that is the number 6. And then a little bit about Bright Cellars. So basically you go on their site and you put in the different things that you like. So you can select, do I like white? Do I like red? Do I like something dry or sweet or fruity? And then they help you to curate a box and they send it to you, and it's really just so nice and convenient. I don't have to go to the store. Each box comes with wine education cards for each bottle, so you can understand the tasting notes of your bottle and why you like it. And if you are a member, they offer an exclusive wine wisdom lesson. So they're bite-sized lessons. You can learn all kinds of stuff. Tasting 101, how wine's made, types of wines, wines of the world. And just if you're like, I want to learn more about wine, they really help you be laughing about.
No, I was just looking up. I was like I want to remember the names of some of the ones I've liked the most in my last box. I got this Chardonnay. I love a Chard. Not for everybody. It is for me. I love a Sauvignon Blanc, but I love a Chard. It's called Meet Cute. The bottle is so cute. And then I love a Pinot Noir. So now that it's winter, I like more reds and then like a white here and there.
Mm-hmm. I pretty much like all whites, and I will have like a Pinot every once in a while.
Yeah.
So they help you learn about wines. It's just a really fun thing that they help you curate the box, and they have wine concierges.
But what I was going to say is that like if you have that card, you can you have this knowledge. You can just flex on somebody. Like when you bring the wine out, you just listen to this little quick elevator pitch of the wine. It makes you sound, it's like sexy to know.
It is sexy. Yeah. And you can pause subscriptions if you need to. You can change your address. And if you have any questions about the wine itself, they have these Bright Cellars concierge teams. And the packaging is sustainable. So it looks really beautiful when you get it if you want to send it to somebody.
Yeah, great gift.
And it was just nice. This weekend I was invited over for dinner. I knew there was going to be 6 people at dinner. I was like, oh shit, I don't have anything. And my Bright Cellars box would come, and I could easily just grab 2 bottles out of my fridge and go.
Totally. Like that's the thing. Like I was like on my way to Delaware, I grabbed a bottle. Like we went to Bobby and Izzy's birthday party, grabbed a bottle.
Yes.
It's just nice to have it on hand and then also to drink, at home too.
Yes. I drink at home a lot. And we'll give you guys a discount to get 50% off your first 6-bottle box. Head to brightsellers.com/GGE 6-bottle. That's brightcellars.com/GGE 6, the number 6 bottle. Bright Cellars, helping you discover wine you'll love.
Okay. Big announcement.
I'm really so excited.
Oh my God. I feel like really emotional. I've been wanting to tell you guys this for so long that I am officially an aunt. I have a nephew.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Oh my God. baby Jay Hesseltine was born this month. Matt and Steph, they had this beautiful baby boy. The name already primed for draft day. Jay Hesseltine. I love it. And yeah, I haven't shared about this. They've been kind of private about the whole thing, and so now I can share it with you guys. And I've just we've been along this whole ride. Obviously, you were there when on my mom's birthday when they shared that she was pregnant, and when they called and told us that he was a boy. And Raina's just been along for the whole ride. But I went to Delaware a couple weekends ago. At this point, the week that he was born, and it's just I don't even know. I feel like I don't have the words. I mean, it's just, I'm so full of like joy and love. And it was like so special. He is the first kid, like in both sides of the family, like the first grandchild, first like niece or nephew on Matt and Steph's side. So that's just really special. And I went there and I had such a good time. Like I had such a magical experience with him, like sleeping on me. And I mean, I think he was in my lap like the whole first half of the Eagles Cowboys game, just like kind of dozing in and out of sleep. And it was just really so special. Like I went in there and I was like holding him. Like they're so, I mean, a week after they're born, they're just like so floppy or they're so little. You're like, am I supporting their head? They just get like, they're kind of like crunched in. And I was just kind of holding him like this, how you like rock a baby. And Steph came over and I was in the recliner and she was like, let me get you settled here. And so she like reclined the recliner for me, put him on my chest, like curled him up like he was sleeping. Like she situated it. And then I just like laid there for an hour. I'm like, I'm here until he wakes up and needs fed. Like this is the way this feels, and this is not my child. Like, I'm like, how does that feel for them? Obviously so incredible, but it was just all of it was just very, very special.
It's really special to me, and you guys FaceTime me, and you guys were sending me pictures. And I mean, obviously, your family's my family, and I'm so happy for Matt and Steph. And I can't believe they're like parents, and there's like another little person in the family. I'm so excited for Christmas.
I know. I just feel so connected to him. Like I just want to know what he's doing every day. Like I just miss him. Like every day, I'm like, I'm just the aunt, and I'm like, I don't want to miss a moment. It's really, really special. But they told my mom on her 70th birthday, Raina was there, and then we had this shower. And the joke was that at the shower, like, it's Matt's special day, but I'm like the older sister, I need attention too. So I just like jokingly did a gender reveal. I like got this giant bottle of champagne and popped it and was like, it's a boy. And people were laughing because it was like a fun party vibe and they know that I'm like a comedian. But it was just very funny because everybody already knew. And they were like, what is she doing? Like we have this video of me being like, it's a boy. And then I can't pop it open. Matt's trying to help me. It was just this very funny, like awkward moment. But after that, I had this really special moment with Matt and Steph. They'd had this big party, really. Like, it wasn't like a traditional shower, which I love. And we were just sitting around, just the three of us. I was staying with them at the time when I stayed there for those couple weeks in the summer. And they told people to like bring the gifts like unwrapped. Like they didn't want to unwrap a bunch of gifts, but people brought like baskets of a bunch of stuff and like everything. So I'm just going, there's tons of stuff. Like they had so many people come over. So I'm going through everything and I'm like opening it all. Like I'm like going through all the gifts and Steph was just like, you just do it. I don't care. And she was like inventory and she was writing down everything so she could do thank you notes. And then Matt was in charge of cards. And it was just this really special moment. I had this picture of me like sitting on their floor, just surrounded by all this baby stuff. And I don't want children, but I was like, I'm never going to get to do this. And I'm not in a way that like I want to, but it was this really special thing that she let me. She didn't even think twice, but she was like, you can open all of these. And it was really nice to see all the gifts and just have her, we're like tag teaming the whole gift situation. And I don't know why that felt so nice to me. Just this really bonding moment with the three of us.
I think because you and I both have brothers that are exactly 4 years younger than us, and they both have these wonderful wives that they've been with for a long time. And I think, at least for me, I always wondered, like, when my brother and sister-in-law have a kid, like, does that sort of X me out of their life a little bit? Or does it bring me into their life more? And I think it's nice to know that it opens your life up more, that it doesn't make them so self-consumed with themselves that they're like, I'm busy with this. I think it's nice to see that somebody's like, this should bring us all closer. And I think that having a baby is so all-consuming, and it's nice that they want to like open their life to you, and you're such a part of it. And I just think that's
family is so important to both of them. So, I mean, I have a friend that does not get along with her sister-in-law really, or the sister-in-law just isn't really wants to be a part of their side of the family, and they have a baby, and it's kind of weird. Like she doesn't feel very welcome.
Yeah.
And it sucks. And so I feel for people that that's their situation, because this is not the situation. And I have such a great relationship with her, and she's so wonderful. And it's so exciting. And I can't wait to watch this little boy grow up, and can't wait to talk to him. And
I can't wait till he talks. And his name is so iconic. I love it so much. And also, I just want to say, like, we did this episode about not wanting children, exactly 2 years ago. And we're so proud of it. And I think that one of the things we talked about was that you feel mischaracterized when you say, I don't want children. And not you personally, that most women feel mischaracterized, that you're not a nurturing person and you don't love children because you don't want them yourself. And I think that this is a good example to say, like, I'm still nurturing and I love my brother's children, and this is still exciting to me to be around kids. And just because I don't want my own doesn't mean I'm not all the wonderful, sweet, special things towards kids in my family. And so I think that sometimes people that don't want kids are unfairly labeled. So I think it's just nice to acknowledge that that's not the case.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this moment for so many years. Like, I just have been wanting to, like, be an aunt for so long, and it's happening. Azul. Oh my God, Azul was so funny with him because he just didn't really know what to do. Like, Reggie Matstock will kind of like headbutt him when he's like in his little thing, like not in like a bad way. He'll nudge the like thing that holds him. What are they called? I don't know. Like the bassinet thing. Or there's like a thing they just put, whatever. I don't know all the baby names. But Azul is just kind of like, what is this? It's very cute.
Oh, that's so sweet. He's so sweet all the time. I can't see him bothering anybody. So my brother and my sister-in-law are moving to London in the new year, and I'm really like so excited for them. And my brother texted me like the day after Matt had a baby, and my brother was like, when are you coming to London? I was like, when are you having a baby? And now I feel like I'm like really pushing them to have kids, and I really want them to. And my brother was so funny. He was like, I'll start fucking more, I guess. And I was
Are they
like,
still like, they're still like kind of
guys.
deciding what they want to do?
I don't know. I don't know when they'll want to have kids. I think that they want to have children. I don't know when, but I think so. And I hope soon, because I feel like I'm going to be so excited about Matt's baby, and I'm going to want a baby of my own.
This is our baby now. Yeah, this holiday season, like, oh my God.
I'm really excited. I'll probably meet him at Christmas, if not sooner. So I'm really excited. I was invited to another Christmas, but I think I'm going to deny them because if you guys don't know, I spend every year with Ashley's family every Christmas.
Yes. He will be at Christmas. Welcome to the fam.
Yeah.
Baby J.
Yeah. So that's our big announcement. Do you have any recs this week?
Taylor Swift album.
I'm like really, I have to listen to you have to listen to an album more than once, and I'm on my third pass, and I'm really, really loving it.
I have lost track. I'm just playing it in my home whenever I'm doing anything. It's just been, I'm moving out of my apartment at the end of the year, so I'm like starting to pack stuff and throw stuff out, send stuff to Goodwill. So it's just been on a loop. I love it. I love the album so much. A friend of mine called it a mid-tempo Reputation, which I feel like was very accurate because it's very different than Folklore, Evermore, but it's not quite as hard-hitting as like Reputation. So I feel like the mid-tempo Reputation, and then the songwriting is just out of this world. I feel like she's revealing so much about herself, whether it's all about her or not. I'm not that much of a Swiftie, but I like love her for her songwriting and everything. Like, I don't know the
stop
story
laughing at it. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. It's hysterical.
I know.
It makes me. I walk down the street like laughing about it. I want it on a shirt. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
But is it is she singing that? Is she like the anti-hero? I don't know enough. Like I don't know everything there is to know about Taylor Swift. Like does she draw inspiration from other people in her life, or are all these songs really about her? Should I know this answer?
I don't actually know.
Okay.
No, I mean, you know more about, you will actually dive more into music and like the backgrounds of music than I will.
Because you're listening, you're like, these lyrics are so deeply personal, which we can relate to. We share everything about our personal lives in the different form of media. But I adore her. I think my favorite song is Maroon. And then second favorite song is Bigger Than the Whole Sky, which that's from like the 3 a.m. edition, the extended version. But I heard Maroon for the first time and loved it immediately. I was like, that's my favorite. I just have like a clear winner. And then the Sinner season 4 is out on Netflix. I talked about this before. I really liked Sinner the season 1. I feel like they're never going to do better than season 1. It's the one with Jessica Biel. Season 2 was fine. I skipped season 3. I heard it was a little weird, and then I read a recap because you do kind of need to know what happens in season 3 going into season 4, and I did like season 4. I feel like it was getting a little convoluted. I was like, am I going to tap out of this? There was just a lot going on. I was like, what is going on here? And then I saw it through, and I did like it.
They tie it all together.
It's a good watch. I think that it's like a lot of mysteries woven in and out. They're solved, so you'd like it.
And I never get the satisfaction I want from Unsolved Mysteries.
And I think if you're into these kind of shit, they're kind of dark. They all it's always Bill Pullman that is like solving the mystery. He's the detective. He's like always coming in and out of retirement, but they're always a different story, a different case every season. So again, I think the first season is the best season, but I did like this. This is probably my second favorite season. What about you?
I have 2 recs. One I'm going to make really quick, and I don't know if it's for everybody, but I'm reading the book Confidence Man by Maggie Haberman. It is about the Donald Trump, his whole life. I was going to say the Donald Trump presidency, but it's about his entire life and his presidency. She is a Pulitzer Prize winning New York Times reporter, and she was like a main reporter during his presidency, so she has tons of in-person experiences with him. I think just as we go into the midterm elections, it's important to kind of remember how much bad can come from one person and the decisions of deciding to not vote or not know about the issues of the day. I don't know that everybody really wants to relive the Donald Trump presidency. It was pretty traumatic. So I don't know that this book is for everybody, but I'm finding it interesting. I pick it up here and there. So I'm reading that right now, and I think she's a great writer and she has tremendous insight. And then on a more positive note, Love is Blind Season 3 is out. And we are so excited. The next couple of episodes are out tomorrow while we're recording, and by the time this comes out, it will be dated. So I think we just talk about it maybe as a whole once it's over.
But we're both fucking loving it.
Yes.
I mean, I just fucking love the show. What can I say? It's just the best. It's iconic.
And we talk a lot about it. It's Love Blind. And this is the season the most where I feel that people, and I'm not into the next couple episodes, but they're struggling with who the person was in the pod versus who they are in person. And I think there's a lot of discussion about connecting the emotional bits of somebody with the physical attributes of somebody. And am I attracted to them in the real world? So this is the most I've seen it come up on a season. And then it just made me laugh. There was a Bustle article where Vanessa and Nick, they were like, why aren't you guys over there? And they're like, we just can't make it all the time. We're pretty busy. So we asked them to host like the honeymoons in Malibu so we could like get there. And it's like a hilarious, it's what if you and I were like, we would love to do the podcast more. It's just, we can't always be there.
It makes me so mad because whatever, Vanessa and Nick are fine. Okay. I'm not throwing any shade. They're fine host. I'm cool with it. The host should be Lauren and Cameron. I bet if you did a poll, 100% of people would want Lauren and Cameron to be the host. Why are they not the host? If Lauren and Cameron aren't the host, the other host should be Ashley and Raina. We will be there. We will call the tour off. Again, I'm kidding. We will never. But we will make time to show up.
You bet nobody would ever interview us and we'd be like, we wish we could be there to host the show more. But we're just so busy doing, what are you guys doing? I don't know. Ashley and I can't talk about it enough. If Lauren and Cameron should be hosting this show. They are the most elite, iconic couple that has come out of the show, the first ones to fall in love, the only ones besides Barnett and Amber that are still together, and that's debatable. I don't know if they're still together.
They should be the hosts because they have done the experience. Like, that's why I love Caitlin Bristow and Jesse Palmer on The Bachelor, because they can communicate with the contestants in this relatable way. I know what you're going through, man. Like, I know what you're going through, girlfriend. Like, I love that about it. Like, I think it would be so helpful to the contestants. I think they're who people want to see. Yes. Give us Lauren and Cameron.
It's so true for them to be able to be like, just see this through and you might enjoy this or find something about yourself or another person that you love or like, fuck this. And if I wasn't feeling like this at this point, leave.
It's like, it gives you so much more hope because they are the most successful people that have gone through the show. Like, I swear to God, Vanessa and Nick, like their energy is a lot of times like, relationships are tough, man.
I know.
Which they are. And but a lot of times like Vanessa and Nick give energy that they just got in a fight.
Right. I'm like,
they look like they're coming off which I'm sure they're great. And relationships are hard. Long-term relationships are hard. And I love the honesty about that. But like sometimes my energy is there in a fight.
Yeah, but it's not honesty. It's the energy. They don't come on and they're like, listen, guys,
we just got in a fight, which I was like Lauren and to be in Lauren and Cameron's presence. What does that feel like?
We've been trying to get them on the show for years.
Just like horny for it? Like, are you just horny? Are you secondhand horny when you're around it?
Yeah. And I've never seen a man cry so often that makes me so horny. Like, Love is Blind season 3. I'm dying for new episodes. And so I was like, I got to get my fix. So I rewatched season 1 last night. And like, they're the whole first episode is them falling in love. And he cries so much. And I'm still like, damn, you are so hot and so sexual together. And she's just so gorgeous. I'm very turned on by
we
them.
need to get them on because we talked to Lauren. We did a podcast, her podcast that she hosts with Fat Carrie. That's his name. I'm not just calling someone that. Fat Carrie Bradshaw, who I love. And we were talking to her about coming on. So I would love to get them together. I think that'd be really fun. We don't have a ton of couples on this show.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not the content that people are like begging for, but I think they would be iconic.
So if you guys are listening,
I saw a tweet that was like, what is going on with the people on the cast this season? We have this guy that's fake crying and this girl that did this deep, dark confession that she's a bartender.
I was like, Ashley, her name is Raven. She is telling this guy like what she does. And I was like, I thought I misunderstood it because the way she was describing it is as though she's an escort. And there's like nothing wrong with that, but it can be a hard thing to explain to a stranger. Sure. She's just a bottle girl at a bar. It was crazy. She was like, a lot of men are not okay with it. How did she say it?
Yeah, like he was like, "Oh, you're a stripper." And she was like, "Oh my God, no." I'm a bartender. Like the way she said it, like, "Oh, no, I'm a bartender and I do bottle." I'm like, she's a bottle girl. But then it started to be like is into men with money. Like I feel like I got a vibe of what she was trying to tell him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then the other girl is like, well, I have a bunch of children out there in the world that might want to connect later in life.
Wait, I completely missed this, that she said that she had like donated her eggs to like 8 people. Didn't she say 8 or 9? This is not a small feat, okay?
I think it's an admirable thing to do. It's not for everybody, but she was basically saying I could have 30 kids out there and they can reach out to me if they want to find their biological mother.
Because so when I was like 21, I first moved to New York, I thought about doing this and you get a lot of money. Basically you're in a book and couples can select from you and you're a good candidate if you're a college educated 21-year-old girl, whatever. And so I like went to have conversations about this and yeah, you can sign whether or not you're going to let people find you, but it's so extensive. I mean, if anybody's ever gone through an egg retrieval, I mean, it's that. And so to do that more than once it sounds traumatic for your body, like over and over and over again.
I'm laughing because that is something you would want your partner to know. You know,
of course.
That's the same guy. They both confess they confess these things to him. She's like, I need to let you know that I could potentially have 30 children out there in the world and they could want to reach out to me as their actual mother. And how do you feel about that? And here's the other girl like, I have to tell you that I'm a bartender. I'm sorry, but they approach the exact same tone. Energy.
That was one of them is probably the hardest things you could ever tell a person, and the other one is a job most people have held.
And Bartice is like, all good, girls. I'm chill. I'm chilling.
His response was the same to both of those things.
He's like, what it do? Was a little bit more serious to the bottle girl. Like, I think he was like, oh yeah, a lot of people could have a problem with that. And the egg donor, he was like, sounds chill.
You're so I mean, this was really glossed over to the point that I'm like, did we cut something out of the episode? Like, which guy's like, yeah, that's cool. We can have.
Which I love that. I love that he was like, there shouldn't be any shame in that at all.
No.
But I could see where people might have a problem with it.
Yeah. We will continue to talk about the show. We'll probably just do like a wrap up at the end of the show. But get in there and watch it.
Yes, get in there. You guys know that we are Love is Blind stans. And of course, we had Deepti on recently. If you want to check out our episode with Deepti, who was Raina calls her the breakout star of season 2.
She was the breakout star.
And then we'll have Lauren and Cameron on one of these days. Okay, so I am telling you guys about Helix. Love Helix so much. I love it more every night when I sleep on my Helix mattress. So you guys can go to helixsleep.com/GGE, take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a customized mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. I can't stress it enough, you guys. I have 2 of these mattresses. I have the Moonlight Luxe. I have one in New York. I have one at my parents' house. I love to sleep on them. We've gotten so many people turned on to them. My brother has the plus size mattress at his house, and you just can take the quiz and Choose from which kind of mattress you like. If you like soft, medium, or firm, mattresses that cool you down, and just how you sleep. If you sleep on your back or your stomach or you're a side sleeper, they're just going to match you to the mattress of your dreams. And it's going to show up to your door, shipped for free. You do not need to go to a mattress store and lay in a bunch of beds that other people have laid on. And they've won all these awards. Number one, best overall mattress pick of 2020 by GQ, Wired Magazine, 10-year warranty. And you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. And they'll pick it up for you if you don't love it, but you will. I mean, I cannot push these on people enough, and I've gotten nothing but positive reviews on people that I have forced Helix mattresses onto. So we really are obsessed with them. I mean, I sleep so well every single night, largely in part of this mattress. When I travel, I get a little panicky that I'm not going to be sleeping on my Helix mattress. And again, I have the Moonlight Luxe. You guys can check the reviews. Over 12,000 5-star reviews, over 1 billion hours slept on Helix mattresses. So never a better time to upgrade your bedroom, get better sleep. And of course, we have holiday season, make great gifts. Got Lindsay and Buck mattress last year. They're loving theirs. We sleep on them and we gift them as well. So Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/GGE. That's helixsleep.com/GGE for up to $200 off your mattress and 2 free pillows. And we love those pillows too. They are the best in the game.
Obsessed with them.
Yes.
Can't get enough of them. Love them so much. And another sponsor that we are crazy about is Blueland. So the holidays can create even more waste than usual. Each year, Americans throw away 25% more trash from Thanksgiving to New Year's. And I never even really thought about that, how much more cleaning you're doing during the holidays. You just have so many more people over, so many more parties, so many more dinners. So there's a lot of waste and there's a lot of need to clean. And we love Blueland products, and we have an offer for you to take advantage of their best sale of the year. Go to blueland.com/GGE. You'll love it, and the planet will thank you. So Blueland is on a mission to eliminate single-use plastics by reinventing cleaning essentials to be better for you and the planet. And during the holiday season, it is going to be their best sale yet. So you can save and shop sustainably for everybody. This is a great gift, and it's great for yourself. They have these forever bottles, and they're really beautiful. It just makes cleaning products look really nice. It's like this light pink and this light blue, and you just put these little tablets in it, and you can keep reusing the bottles. And then the refills are starting at $225. And if you're thinking like, what products do they have? They have cleaning sprays, hand soap, toilet cleaner, laundry tablets. All the Blueland products are made from ingredients you'll feel good about. So the smell is really great. It's not that horrible chemically smell that you get from so many products. And you can just feel really great about using them. I just think they look really nice.
I was thinking, like, I was making a list of everything I need to bring to LA, and like obviously stuff that's going to go in storage and whatever. I like have different buckets of where all my shit needs to go. And I was like, what about my Blueland products? Like, I'm not going to ship cleaning supplies to LA, but I am going to make sure like I have them there. Like, I've just become accustomed to my Blueland.
Here's what I think you need is the Clean Essentials kit. Let's talk about it.
But I already have it. But I'm like,
planned.
But I like looked at the home where I'm staying, and they're like, we have you covered on cleaning supplies. I'm like, you don't.
What do they smell like?
Blueland, I'll get you that address. You guys can ship that starting January.
But they do have a Clean Essentials kit, so it's everything you need to get started. They have signature scents such as iris agave, fresh lemon, and eucalyptus mint. And for a limited time, Blueland's hand soap is getting a festive upgrade to a beautiful chocolate box-inspired gift set.
Stop. First I'm hearing of this.
Scents like evergreen, winterberry, and peppermint.
Ugh.
Ashley loves this. She loves a mint.
I'm a peppermint stan.
She's a pepper.
Well, remember pepper? Are you pepper?
She's pepper.
Pepper or spear?
Yeah, I'm a spear.
I guess Blueland is more Ashley's friend.
But I am obsessed with my apartment and the way it looks, and that's all the way down to the bottles that I use. So we'll give you guys a discount. You can check it out. To take advantage of their best sale of the year, go to blueland.com/GGE. You won't want to miss this. Blueland.com/GGE.
Oh my gosh, our topic. We haven't even discussed it.
I want to tell you like why this came up for me. I am so tremendously excited about this to talk about like what is cheating. And this was inspired for me personally by a friend of mine who sent me this Instagram story about OnlyFans. And this girl had been saying that her man uses OnlyFans and she thinks of it as cheating. And he said to me, this is so fucking stupid. Who would think that? And I said, a lot of people would think that. And then I started like rattling off to him all this stuff. I said, a lot of people could think porn is cheating. People think strip clubs are cheating. And I was rattling this all off, and I realized how every single one of these is so nuanced, and every couple has a different answer to this. And of course, there are overwhelming responses to some of these things. Yes, it's cheating. No, it's not. But it's so debatable, all these things.
Yeah. It's funny that you you said OnlyFans and I randomly took my socks off. I'm like, what am I trying to, it's like here's your free feet porn.
Ashley's like, speaking of making money on the side. Oh my God. Ashley just kicked her coffee over.
I hate myself. Okay, yes, I'm starting my OnlyFeet account. But I just want to say up top that like what we don't want to do in this episode or really any episode is like tell our listeners how to feel or how they should feel or invalidate their feelings. I think that people have such wildly different thoughts, feelings, opinions on infidelity. I think that it's all based on your upbringing, your personal experience, your trauma. I think that there are so many things that someone might not give one fuck about, and it would be a relationship breaker for other people. So I just want to say that because I think we're going to, share our feelings and opinions, and we know not everyone feels the same way, but at the same time, I mean, this is one of those things we get messages about all the time. Like, what would you do? How do you feel? Is this cheating? Should I feel this way? Am I valid?
Right.
Am I validated in how I'm feeling? And so I just want to share how we feel, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't feel how you feel.
So I feel like, and just hear me out, my personal feeling is anything is cheating if you feel that it's cheating, if that's your boundary, and as long as you communicate that to somebody else clearly, they can make an informed decision whether they want to be held within those boundaries. And there are things that would be totally fine for me that are so out of bounds for other people and vice versa. And so we will speak to our own boundaries today. And if you have a boundary, it's fine to have it. I have a different upbringing than you. I have a different outlook for my life than you do. It's fair if you communicate that to other people. And for me also, it's partner specific. Some people would make me feel that they were being duplicitous when other people wouldn't. And we can talk more about it. But if I felt like you were being duplicitous, I wouldn't date that person. So it's pretty loaded for me, like what's cheating, what's not cheating. And you're welcome to think literally anything you want.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I agree with that, I guess. I just think, of course, there's a point in which, again, maybe your boundaries are so tight that it's hard for you to find a partner because you consider going to a strip club as cheating. And I mean, what if someone was like, what you do at your shows is cheating? I'd be like, we can't be together. This is just, I don't see the world. You're right in that you can think whatever you want as long as that's expressed to your partner. You can have whatever boundaries you want. But I think we all should self-reflect on why we feel a certain way about certain things.
So I think that that's really, a lot of this is very partner specific because I would look, if I have some partners that would tell me, we'll get at each thing, but like I'm going to a strip club and I'd be like, I don't fucking care. But I could see if I was younger, I had partners that I would be like, absolutely not, you're not, because I don't trust you. And then you have to think to yourself, okay, well, what's my problem here? Is my problem that I have a problem with all partners going to a strip club? Or is it this partner and I don't trust that person? Let's think about why I don't trust them. Let's unpack that. Why do I have this boundary?
Yes. And people have different trauma. Did your dad go to the strip club and never come home? Are you insecure about your body? So you feel as though you don't want your partner looking at women, for example, that have a better body? Like, is it rooted in insecurity? And we're going to unpack all this in kind of the vein of strip clubs and OnlyFans and porn and all these things. But I do want to say, like, thank you so much to all of you who answered these polls and the questions. We do this a lot, but for some reason, this really warmed my heart that people just found our Instagram account and the polls that we were doing to be a safe space to share how they felt in their relationship on a touchy subject, in terms of cheating, in terms of their own boundaries and their own relationships. So I just really thank you guys for sharing this information with us. And I mean, Raina and I were joking that we should be doing these fucking research studies because of what 40,000 people answered. Like, that's a large segment to get data from.
I don't know a lot of studies that can say based on results from 35,000 people.
That we do in 24 hours.
Yeah.
So it's nice that we have you guys. So thank you.
And we asked you to, I want to echo what Ash said, we asked you to really talk about some important things. And some things aren't cool girl answers. Some people want to be like, yeah, I'm cool with my boyfriend going to a strip club, but I'm just not. And so I think some people wish they had different answers to this. And and you guys were so open with answering honestly about that too.
Yes. That's what I'm also that. Yes. Like, of course you want to be like, I don't care, but you guys feel like you can be honest with us and be like, I do fucking care. And this would break my relationship up, you know?
Yeah.
Whether that's irrational or not. I mean, I think we'll get to some of these, but they made me so emotional. Like something that someone was bothered by, she was like, yes, I'm bothered by this, but I know it's my own religious upbringing that I need to unpack. It's like, just thank you guys as always for really sharing your lives with us.
Yeah. The porn stuff really hit home for me too.
We're getting all deep on this porn episode.
I feel really emotional. We asked you guys, what do you think about your partner watching porn, and are you upset about it? And a lot of people said, like, I'm upset because I feel like that means they're not interested in me sexually, and it like broke my heart because that's not the case. And I want to talk about why that's probably not the case. So anyways, we put these polls up about strip clubs, OnlyFans, lap dances, and about 35,000 of you responded. So we want to unpack the answers and just talk about it because so many of these are loaded. And we encourage you to throw this episode in the group chat and tell your friends and talk about it. I think it's a really interesting debate.
Before we start, I just want to reference 2 other episodes. We did an episode called Is He Micro Cheating? And it was episode 69. So you can find it, episode 69. And that was about more like social media behavior and different things like that. And then, of course, Esther Perel is cheating black and white. Black or white? Is cheating black or white?
It's not, you say it's like not black and white, it's gray. Not black or white. You don't say like cheating's black or cheating's white. It's not either
cheating
or.
Black and white.
It's not like you say like it's not a black and white situation.
You're right. Okay.
You're like, is it black or white? And people are like, it's white.
And that was, you're right. And that was last summer.
In June. Last
June. So those are just really a great episode. Hers being better than the former, the latter being better than the former, but that's a great place to start. But I would love to start with strip clubs and strippers. I have so many feelings. Obviously, we're stripper enthusiasts.
Yes. As a company, we are stripper enthusiasts. So,
should I read the data?
Hit us with the data.
Okay, we can split these up. How do you feel about your male partner going to a strip club? Also, just want to say, I mean, we know so many things can be applied to same-sex relationships, any sort of relationships on the LGBTQIA spectrum, but a lot of these just, I mean, felt like kind of like women and men. So that's kind of what we're going to speak to, but you apply them however you want in your own life. But how do you feel about your male partner going to a strip club? 36% said, I don't care. 56% said, I'd rather he not, but it happens. And 8% said, I forbid it in my relationship. So over half, I'd rather he not, but what are you going to do? And then 8%, absolutely not. That is a deal breaker for me. And then 36%, I don't care. So Raina, where do you fall?
To me, this has been partner specific in my life. There have been partners in my life where it made me really uncomfortable when I reflect on those relationships. I was much younger, so I was a little more jealous, and they were not trustworthy people. So the reason why I had I always skewed more in the middle. I've never been a absolutely not. I'm more of a like, take me with you. That sounds fun.
Mm-hmm.
But
oh God, love it. I love to be there with somebody. Yeah.
But I think this is probably more for like guys who are on vacation on a bachelor party and they're at a strip club. I have felt like I don't love it, but I guess it's fine. What am I going to do? Tell you're not allowed to do something? But anybody that has made me feel uncomfortable that my boyfriend couldn't be in an environment like that, I can self-reflect now and say that person did not make me feel safe and secure, that they were not capable of going to a strip club and getting like a fun night with their friends and not doing something really duplicitous to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, today, right now, anybody I've dated, like if you want to say my last boyfriend, he could have gone to a strip club every other week. I wouldn't have fucking cared.
Yeah.
FaceTime me from the strip club. Let's watch together.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I'm the I don't care girl, but I have never dated a guy that I felt like had a addiction to strip clubs. I mean, I'm like every week, I think that's indicative of maybe something else going on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's whatever that means, the type of partner that I would be with. It's got to be at the strip club all the time. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, like quarterly bachelor parties. Yeah. I mean, I love a strip club. You love a strip club. I mean, I think that I would say I don't care at all if my partner goes to a strip club. If I had a friend that said, absolutely not, I'd want to dig in a little deeper to find out why and where that comes from. Again, if there's some personal experience or trauma there, or if it's just a narrative that men always cheat on it, where you're kind of getting that from. I don't really find that to be the case, but I think if we were to look at the stats, we're getting closer to a world, and I was looking at stats last night where men and women cheat about the same amount, but on a bachelor party, probably men fuck around a little bit more on a bachelor party than a woman's fucking around at the Girls Gotta Eat show, like where there's strippers and stuff like that. So I think sometimes, it's good to self-reflect and be like, okay, it's okay if I do this in my relationship, but I don't really like it when he does it. And I don't necessarily know if I think that that's hypocritical. I think that it's colored by the way kind of the world is and male behavior, and some things women do just don't really skew problematic in a way that like men have always done or something. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I also think that we know that we can control, like, you can control yourself. You trust yourself. It's like, I'm not with you. I don't know what you're going to do. And I think this is really loaded for a lot of people with different factors. Is it once in a blue moon, once a year, you're going to a bachelor party, you're going to a strip club? Are you in a hotel room with these women? Are they stripping in a hotel room? That feels maybe a little different for some people than in a strip club. I think most people feel like, I don't care. You want to pay this girl to pretend she likes you for a little bit. Like, fine, you can look at some titties when I'm not around. I think people feel differently about, are they touching you? Is this a private situation in a hotel room? Are you in town or not? Is this a bachelor party, or are you just with some friends at a bar down the street? You've decided to go to a strip club. Like, all those feel a little different, but I'd like to say the healthiest thing for me is to feel like I can trust you to do those things and not take it too far and tell me the truth about it. And it's not like a big deal and I can laugh it off, and it's not a habit.
Yeah, I don't love it as a habit. I mean, that's based on my experience with guys who I have dated, and looking at every guy that I've ever dated or had a serious relationship with. Like, my ideal guy and the guys that I've had relationships with in the past are like bachelor party strip club guys. Like, I've never dated a guy that's anti-strip club, that's anti-looking at beautiful women with their titties in their face. Like, I don't know that I want the guy that's like, I refuse to go. No. But also if a guy is like, I find it to be a little degrading to women, then sure. But I've never dated a guy that's like excessively going. They're like, yeah, I like a strip club. Who doesn't? Like, and I think not all strip clubs are created equal. I think some obviously do feel like a little more like degrading, and some feel a little more elevated. But I love what you said about paying this girl to pretend she likes you. Like, I gotta tell you, ladies, the stripper doesn't want your man. I gotta tell you, like, she's at work.
Yeah.
Like, if you're worried about what's happening at the strip club, you're probably also worried about what's just happening on a regular night out when your man's out till 3 or 4 in the morning, because the threat is more in that situation than the strippers that are getting paid to be there.
I'm more worried about the clientele than I am about the strippers.
Yeah.
Like, I'm worried they're going to meet somebody at the strip club that's not a stripper that can hang out with them, that they're not paying to be nice to them. You know what I mean? I think it just makes me laugh to think like your boyfriend call you and be like, yeah, we're going to go to a strip club later. And I'd be like, have fun looking at some titties.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it, but I have formed healthier relationships with people as I've gotten older, and guys that aren't fucking weird about it and try to hide it from me. I wouldn't like it if you went and lied to me and I found out later. And that's also because I feel like I'm a pretty rational, not jealous person. There's tons of stuff wrong with me. I'm sure being jealous is not one of them. So my reaction would be like, why did you feel the need to lie to me about this? It feels weirder, the lie.
Right. And then that's also like, is it because you just assume all women are jealous and crazy, or did you have a partner before me that got mad that you went to the strip club? You know what I mean? In which case, don't put that on me. Yeah. We have strippers are part of our career at this point. Like, I mean, I know that's not everybody's story, but I wouldn't want to have someone hide something from me and be like, well, my last girlfriend got so mad. It's like, don't project that on me.
I feel like, and I agree with you completely. I feel as though, and sometimes like you don't need a reason. Sometimes you just feel it. It feels different to me if they're in a hotel room with the strippers. I don't love it. Again, if you just told me that was what was happening versus me finding out late. If I found out later, I'd be fucking pissed about that. But if you told me, I feel like I wouldn't care that much. I think I would very much skew in the middle of like, it's not my favorite idea that you're sitting on a bed in a hotel room with a stripper, but okay. Sure, that's what you want to do on a bachelor party. Have fun.
Yeah. And I mean, also just need to say this up top. I think women who choose to work in that field are great. It's the same as like we hire male strippers, women strippers, all the things. Like, I just don't want it to come across in like derogatory in any way. But we got this email once that was asking, how much time do the male strippers do at our show? Like, basically like wanting us to lay out the involvement of the stripper slash strippers at our show because she wanted to bring her friend and her fiance have a no strippers rule. I mean, I don't want to offend anybody, but I was shocked by that. Like the Girls Gotta Eat show where there's a stripper on stage that is
clothed, by the way. There's no dicks out at our show.
No dick out. Yeah. I mean, he might like have a thong on, but he's like dancing on us. Like it was, I hope they're doing great. I found that to be a little bit of a red flag in the relationship. Like these hard lines on like, you cannot be around
it felt
exotic dancers, but maybe it's like a religious thing. I mean, whatever.
It felt excessively controlling to me.
Yeah.
And that's what it just felt like I should be allowed to exist in the world. You know what I mean? Like it's not as though they're at even I think it's fine too, but they weren't at a male review with like 8 strippers with dicks in their faces. So but also even it's like, I'm saying I don't care if my man goes to a strip club. So I should be allowed to do the same thing.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And I mean, you can't stop your partner from looking at naked women, or like he can do it on the internet. Like, I mean, it's just like, are you trying to control what your partner sees, gets off to, gets hard about, is into, because you just want that to be exclusively all on you? I'm just asking. Like, again, a lot of this is just kind of like self-reflection, but I think it's a completely normal thing for men, women, whoever to like strip club every now and then. And if you don't, that's fine too.
I also think it's nice and important to acknowledge that like just because we're in a monogamous, healthy relationship doesn't mean that we stop being attracted to other people in the world. And we can talk about porn a little more, but I've certainly masturbated to things that my partner can't give me. And that doesn't mean I'm going to cheat on them or I need them to give me something. I'm just a dynamic person. And just because I'm with one person doesn't mean I'm completely shut off to the rest of the world. So I think that I can perfectly well see somebody go on a bachelor party and be like, yeah, I like looking at titties. Titties are great.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I'm going to cheat on you or sleep with somebody or pay somebody to suck my dick. I just want to go have fun with my friends, look some titties.
Yeah, this would I would say never happen to me, but I certainly don't want to be the girlfriend that has told her boyfriend.
Azul is right in my, oh my God.
That he can't go. Like, I would be mortified if my man was on a bachelor party and he was like, I'm not allowed to do that.
Well, that's how I think we breed liars. Because I think that most people are not going to tell their friends, I didn't do that. I can't do that. I'm not allowed. I think most guys are going to be like, let's lie to all of them about this.
Yes.
And I don't want to be the person that's causing that either. And I mean, again, that's mine and Ashley's boundary. But like, I do think it breeds lying sometimes when you try to control somebody and then it's like this bad cycle. So like, let's talk about why you don't want somebody to do those things. And like, yeah, I would never want to be the person that's like, you can't go to the strip club at the bachelor party.
And I think a lot of this is communication with your partner. Like if you're in a solid, healthy relationship, you should be allowed to communicate to your partner, like, I am very triggered by this and here's why, and discuss it as a team. I do have a friend that infidelity broke up her family. She is super triggered by it. I don't know that the strip club is so much of a trigger, but things trigger her and she's aware, she's brilliant, she's in therapy. I mean, this is a person that understands this about themselves, but her partner also understands it about her, and he doesn't want to put her in positions that are uncomfortable, you know, where she needs to feel that way. I just think everybody's got a different level of like what bothers them based on who they are. And I wanted to say this too. This is kind of one of my main points of this episode and this topic is, this is my personal feeling. I've discussed this with a lot of men and we've talked about this with experts. And I think that overall, men in relationships, if we're talking about a heterosexual relationship, men want to feel like they have freedom and women want to feel like they have security. I think that, of course, women want to feel like they have freedom and men want to feel security too. But I think it's like this predominant feeling that men want to feel like they're free. And when you try to control them and like yank that leash and keep them on such a tight leash and watch their every movement and ultimately like trying to control their actions, not trusting them, I don't think it bodes well for you. And I know there's relationships that work out where you both are like that and that's what works for you. But I see that go really badly when you really try to control your partner's every move. And at the same time, the woman in the relationship wants to feel secure. So she wants that honesty. She wants her partner telling her what he is doing. And I think those two things really are what makes a relationship work. And again, like even if you are kind of like bothered, like just, you got to let your male partner think that he's living life on his terms and that he wants to be with you and he doesn't feel forced into this relationship with you and that you're hovering and controlling and keeping him on a tight leash.
Well, you said it. The first time I ever heard you say this, you were giving a friend some advice this summer. And you said like the tighter the leash, the harder they're going to buck against the leash. And it really, the visual for me was really great. And I agree. And I think sometimes when we give people a little bit of freedom, they actually prove to you that they can be trustworthy and that they will be honest.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes we get so wrapped up in these, are they going to cheat on me? Are they going to do something terrible? That it almost becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Yes. And I've been there. I've been the person that's just like hucked and nagged and been so scared of it that it almost comes to fruition.
The quickest way to have someone cheat on you who has not cheated on you yet is to accuse them of cheating on you.
Yeah.
Like how many times have you heard a guy say, she thought I was doing it, so I just did it. Like she already thought I was cheating, so I'm just going to fucking cheat. And that's not a good, none of that's good. All of this is like bad, toxic, unhealthy relationship stuff. But we all get caught up in it, you know?
Yes.
We all start to feel untrustworthy and we need to take a step back and ask yourself why you feel like you don't trust this person.
Yes. All of these things are ask yourself why you're not okay with it. And some things can be, I was cheated on before. Some things can be like, I just don't fucking like it. And that's fine too. You can tell your partner that and then they can make an educated choice whether to be with you or not.
Yeah. But we hear this all the time. And we at this point, years and years of talking to experts, talking to couples, talking to men, talking to women, talking to therapists, all these things. I mean, the more freedom you give someone, the more they want to be with you, the healthier the relationship is. And so when you have, if we're again using a woman and a man, a woman that's like has that tight leash, can't do this, can't do that. I'm watching your every move. I'm tracking you. I'm tracking your location. And then you have this guy that's not making her feel secure. You are just like butting heads. It's bad. It's all bad.
And I can say from the point of view of somebody who my very first boyfriend in New York, who I lived with, I knew he was cheating on me. I felt like he was a completely not trustworthy person. He was duplicitous. I never believed anything he said. No matter how much I went through his emails, I showed up at his work, I wanted to know who he was texting, I went through his Facebook messages, every way you could cheat on me, he still found ways to cheat on me. He still found other ways to sleep with other women and take them on dates and lie to me about where he was. And so, I mean, we lived together. Like where there is a will, there is a way, and you cannot torture somebody into not cheating on you. I mean, I remember I would be like sick, nauseous, crying, going through his stuff, trying to like figure it out. And I'll never be in that position again. I was 22, 23 years old. I'll never do that to myself again. But I tried to show up at his work to catch him doing things. He still found a way to cheat on me all the time. He just got more creative.
Someone can cheat on you whenever, wherever, midday, while you're at work, you know, and again, I don't want that to sound like disheartening. It's just like you can never watch someone at all times and control their every move. But at the same time, I don't really want somebody that is out all night long, all the time. That's probably not going to be my partner anyway. So I think that there is something to be said for this person is doing a lot of things that would lend itself to being an untrustworthy person. So I get that too.
Yeah.
You want to feel secure. You want someone that if you do live together and they're like, I'll be home around this time, you don't want them waltzing in at 8 a.m. What the fuck have you been doing?
Yeah, I want to feel good. And I remember how sick I just felt all the time. I was just in emotional trauma at all times over this person and I didn't trust him. And I just wouldn't put myself in that situation again. Once you go through it, it's easy to just sort of recognize the signs and be like, I don't deserve this. I'm not going to go through this again. So I don't have a problem with my partner doing a lot of these things, but I don't date people that do these things to me anymore.
Yep. And we'll get into some submissions like that. I saw one of, a girl that just like saw the light. Like she's like, this used to be bother me. And then I got into a secure relationship and I'm not bothered by it.
So yeah, to wrap up the strip club stuff, let's talk about lap dances. So how do you feel about your male partner getting a lap dance at a strip club? So they're not just there, somebody's touching them. 21%, I don't care. 61%, I'm pissed, but it happens. 18%, we are breaking up. So I will say a lot more people said, I don't care if somebody goes to a strip club. A lot less people said, I don't care for the second one. So more people care about lap dances, obviously, of course. And it does feel like a little step further if somebody is naked on top of your partner and they're paying for it. My feeling on it is that you're still paying a stranger to pretend that they like you.
But still, you know, this is interesting. 61% I'm pissed, but it happens is even more than the 56% of I'd rather not he go to the strip club, but it happens, you know? So it's like, but then way more people are, not way more, 10% more like we're breaking up. This is a deal breaker for me. Listen, I don't know. this depends on the relationship. It is absolutely not a deal breaker. If you're at the strip club, I'm kind of assuming you might be getting a lap dance. And it depends on my mood whether I want to hear about it or not. Because I have a lot of things in my life that I'm like, I just don't want to know about it. You didn't cheat on me. The relationship's still the same. You feel no differently about me than before you walked in that strip club. That doesn't affect me in any way. Get a lap dance. We get them. They don't mean anything. It's a fun thing. But maybe I also want to hear about it. Maybe I'm like, tell me about it. Maybe it's going to turn me on. But my bottom line is it's not a deal breaker for me. I kind of want to know how this happened. I want to know why.
It's always that one friend that's like, it's always that one problem friend that's friends with your man, that bad shit always happens when they're always with that guy. And I know who that guy is.
Yeah. But I'm also like, I don't know if that dumb friend throws a lap dance my man's way. I want him to enjoy it. I don't want him thinking, I'm going to get in trouble. Ashley's going to be so mad. Like he should be thinking like, I've watched Ashley get so many fucking lap dances at the Girls Gotta Eat shows. No, I'm just kidding. But I just don't, if I really trust the person, I don't care. You know, like I just don't think that, I mean, I was on a date with a guy and I did buy him a lap dance at the Claremont Lounge. Again, it was a 60-year-old woman dressed as Little Bo Peep, different vibes, but I can't be hypocritical here.
That's a really good point. I want to backtrack to what you said before. There are some, like, I want to empower people to be honest with me, but there are some things I actually don't need to know. And some things feel like you've told me to alleviate your guilt, but all it does is make my life worse. I didn't need to know that somebody was naked on top of you. You could have just said strip club and I would have been fine with it.
Like that's the thing. Like I don't want someone to not know what they're going to get with me. I think that any person I would date would absolutely know that we were not breaking up over a lap dance, but again, it depends on my mood. I might be like, I don't want to hear about it. I'm not in the mood today. Or I might be like, tell me about it. What do her titties look like? You know?
I might, take it a little further. I kind of feel turned on by like my man, like fucking me and telling me about it. Like when that girl is on top of me, like that's the dirty talk. That's the scene in, listen, I fully masturbated to that. There's this scene in Tell Me Lies where she's basically telling her boyfriend about sleeping with somebody else, and he like opens up her jeans, he unlaces her jeans.
We all had those jeans.
And he's fingering her, and I was like so turned off. I was so turned on by it. So I think it's really hot, dirty talk to like talk about somebody else in the bedroom. It turns me on, but it just depends on the day
and just your level of security. Again, like I'm so much more secure in myself than I was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you know, or whenever I was in my like 20s, younger 20s, like I don't think I would have been sitting here saying this today. I think I'd be like, oh my gosh, that would make me feel weird if I knew some hot woman was all up on my man. But you just kind of, I'm like, what do I care? You know, these days. So I just want to say that sometimes it is a journey and you certainly can change how you feel about these things over time.
I do think that people just become more open about sexuality as they get older. And so I think that maybe it would be harder for a man to admit to their girlfriend in their early 20s, I like strip clubs and I like other titties. And as a female, you're like, well, what does that mean? And you're not attracted to me. And I think that's a normal way to feel. And as you get older, you realize sex is so complex and it's a huge spectrum of how people feel. And just because somebody wants one thing doesn't mean they aren't 100% in it with you also, you know? And exactly like you said, I want to be empowered to get my own lap dances and know that I'm not going to go suck that guy's dick after the show or something. And I have hooked up with two guys after our shows, not the strippers, that have both told me that the stripper turned them on. Watching me get stripped on turned them on.
Yeah, I'm aware. These are the men you need to be focused on, honed in on. One of them in particular. So I dare someone I'm dating to tell me I can't get a lap dance at the male review. Like again, like I know it's not always equal between how men and women act and the way that the way that the world is. I mean, I get this in stand-up. What if a man said that? Bitch, how long do you have for me to explain to you why it's different? You know what I'm saying? Like that's a different case. But so I do get that it can be different. I do think that there is this narrative that's not entirely false of guys at bachelor parties, guys at strip clubs, guys with this, guys with that. So, and I don't think you really hear that about women. I don't think that women are out at the male review Maybe though.
I think that women tend to hold each other accountable, and you wouldn't want to let your girlfriends down by doing something really duplicitous. And I think sometimes a group of men egg each other on in a way that women just don't. I don't experience it with my girlfriends, that they're just like, just fucking do it. Like, I think my girlfriends would be disappointed in me if I had cheated on my man in front of them. And I think a lot of guys kind of tend to, this is not all men, of course. I think that my brother and your brother, I think the world of them. But I think men can tend to just egg each other on when they're drinking in these situations.
And listen, at the end of the day, it does feel different inside of like the male review and inside the strip club. So yeah, I just think that this is completely how much you trust your partner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Happy endings.
Happy endings. So how do you feel about your partner getting a happy ending? So they go for a massage. Somebody finishes them off. 4% I don't care. So very few of you care, not at all. 29% not my favorite idea, but I can deal with it. And 67% we are breaking up. So close to 70% of people answered that I will break up with you if somebody else makes you ejaculate, essentially.
Yeah. This is just very like, what was the motivation here?
Mm-hmm.
Also, sometimes these situations are not the best for the women. You know, like I'm kind of thinking of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I haven't encountered it.
No one's ever told me that it's happened.
So it feels very like maybe I just don't want to know. But if you had a secret happy ending life and you were doing this every week, or was this one time on a trip or something, like I really don't love it. If my partner came to me and said, I need to confess something to you, I've been getting happy endings weekly this entire relationship, I think I'd be like, for this reason, I'm out. But if he came to me and said, this thing happened, everyone was doing it, we were like, I don't know. Like, I think I'd be like, oh my God. Oh my God, Josh. But if everything else was good in the relationship, I don't think it would be a relationship ender.
I think a lot of people probably are cut from the cloth of like, no one makes my partner come besides me. And if they're paying for it, I don't like it either. Even if it is just some like nameless, faceless, doesn't matter. It's just a transactional orgasm. I don't love it. I feel like, I don't know, if it happened once, I feel like I don't want to know about it.
Also we're in a world where there's so much more openness, non-monogamy, all these things. Like some of the people that could have answered this poll could be people that have more of like an open relationship too, where it's not as closed and as tight. It's just like, yeah, he can do stuff like that. I don't care. Or she can do stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, I don't love it. And if somebody came to me and said, this is a secret life I'm hiding, or this is a monthly thing, I would listen, that's my own feelings and thoughts. I would think, what's going on here? Why do you need to pay somebody for this all the time? And I don't feel like, why couldn't you just do it with me? I just feel like, what about you need? What do you need to do this all the time?
Is this like a sign of a larger problem?
Yes.
Or something going on.
So you wrote this question, this next would you rather, and this is a good segue into it because so much of this is transactional, right? So it's just like you're just paying somebody to pretend they like you. And I think a lot of people are like, I don't know, you can pay this girl to pretend she likes you, fine. But you wrote this would you rather, and I think that it sort of lays out like which things are we more afraid of in general. So you want to read it?
Yes. Would you rather your partner drunkenly hook up, and I just wanted to specify like more than kissing, less than sex. They didn't have sex, they weren't that intimate, but it was like more than kissing. Would you rather have your partner drunkenly hook up with someone at a bachelor party or whatever, you know, guys night out that he never speaks to again? Or would you rather your partner have an emotional affair with someone at work, but they haven't done anything physical at all? They have not kissed, they have not gone down that road. And 80% said the drunken hookup, 20% said the emotional affair. I've never related to anyone less than those 20%. I can't, again, like this is just all personal to you and it's no judgment. I mean, that is a lot of people, that is their nightmare, that your partner would touch someone else. You would so much rather have them flirting, texting than ever touch someone. And to the other people who I resonate with are, God, I'd rather so much have some drunken random hookup than someone that's like making you laugh and that you're connecting with on an emotional level. That's just me.
I'm with you. Either one of these things is my dream. I feel like it hurts so much deeper that you have a prolonged emotional, somebody else is making you laugh. You're confiding in another person. That like breaks me to my soul. okay, you got drunk and did this thing. I think I could recover from it. I think when I think which thing could I recover from, I went out with a guy on the date. I don't know why the fuck he thought he should tell me this, but he was talking to me about the last girlfriend he had. She was homesick. She didn't feel well. He went to a bar and some random strange girl was like, it's my birthday and I want to suck your dick. And he got a blowjob from this girl at the bar and then like went home to his girlfriend. He was like, it didn't matter. I didn't know her name. Who cares? Like, whatever. And I was like, but then you went home to your girlfriend. And he's like, well, she was sick. We don't like, hook up or anything. And I was like, you're a terrible person. To tell me this is crazy.
Yeah.
And I never went out with this guy again because of this. Obviously, it's a crazy thing to tell a person. So it's not my dream for that to happen either, like a random hookup, but I could recover from it probably.
Mm-hmm.
And
a lot of people just have different rules and boundaries in the relationship in the first place,
Yeah, some people are like, yeah, talk to somebody at work all day. Your little girlfriend at work. Talk to her all day.
Your work wife. Oh man. Yeah, I mean that's where I'm at on that. I mean, it just we wanted to see where you guys fell on this, and I just respect both sides. It feels so different. And I don't want someone that's like getting drunk all the time either. I don't drink as much as I used to, but it just feels different when you're out, you're living in the moment, you've had drinks, and something happens, then you're sober in your right mind, premeditated, thinking about this stuff.
Yeah.
That you're having this emotional affair and then you're with me. It feels just a little dishonest.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I would struggle with non-monogamy in general. It's not that I would have a problem with my partner sleeping with people, because I know I can sleep with people and not have feelings for them. It's that it breaks me to think about somebody like laughing and being like emotionally intimate with somebody. That's what's hardest for me. I don't know. Somebody else can make you come. It's not my favorite idea. I hate it. It makes me sad. But like the emotional affair, it hurts more. It feels, more upsetting to me.
All right, we are going to get into OnlyFans and porn. We're going to read through some of the listener responses, but we asked, how would you feel if your partner is subscribing to someone on OnlyFans with sexual content? Because there's all kinds of content on OnlyFans. Someone might be like, I want to watch that person play the guitar. So we meant sexual, pornographic style content. Tons of no, absolutely not. Hate it. It feels like a knife to the heart. I would say overwhelming no, but let's go through what people said.
Okay, so absolutely not. You get free porn on the internet if you need it that badly, which I do think is a good insight into this. Didn't care until I saw who and what he was described to. Then I was upset and had so many questions. It's not cheating, but would like to know if they're doing this.
People just said it's too personal. People said good for them, support sex work. People did bring that up, that there's a lot of unethical porn on the internet when it comes to the free porn. A lot of just like paying for content that's a step too far. It feels disrespectful. It feels more intimate than watching porn. People were kind of like, only if he's subscribing for us to watch together. No private messaging. You can like commission people to do different videos, like personal for you, obviously, than just paying for what they're putting out there to the masses. So that's a little different. Do they know this person? If so, no way. If it's someone famous, sure, that's fine. A lot of that, like, do they know, is this our friend? Is this some girl that I know too? People said that. If he's hiding it, we could talk about it. It might be okay. And then some stuff about the expenses, like someone, I guess this is a married couple, as long as it's coming out of his fund money and not his family expenses. And then I did get a DM. I wanted to see what you thought about this. This was porn, but basically she said, I dealt with this in my last relationship. He was paying hundreds of dollars for these sites, direct messages, pictures, videos through email. I feel like it hurt a lot more because of the large amounts of money. But again, Rain and I believe in having your own money and doing whatever the fuck you want with it in a relationship. So everybody has different setups when it comes to money too. But yeah, I mean, it was a lot of, no, I don't like this. I don't care about porn, but this is a step too far for me.
Yeah, it feels just more personal. And it's one of those things sometimes you're like, I don't know, I can't describe it. I just don't like it. To me, the way I describe it is just, it feels a little too comfortable. It feels a little too close to the person. Yeah, are you paying Bella Thorne to see hers? Even if it's just a celebrity, I feel like a little bit better about it. But so much of OnlyFans is to interact with the person and to get that private content, to be paying them for these one-on-one interactions. Even though I can fully trust that person on OnlyFans, I don't love it. It doesn't feel great. And the money component isn't great. Like, not a lot of people can afford an additional $10 to $20 a month subscription on top of what they're already spending. So are you spending money that like we should be spending on bills? Like, that feels really unfair when there's a free alternative.
Yeah, this is tough. And however you feel is how you feel. There is no answer to this. There is just whatever is going on in your relationship and what makes you feel comfortable, and if you feel like someone is hurting you, crossing your boundary, all the things. I don't know. This one is so tricky. I mean, I'm curious what various experts would say, but there is no straight up like, this is bad, or you shouldn't be upset about this, or you should be upset about this. This is very specific to whatever's going on in the relationship or with the person.
I'm trying to think about individual boyfriends and how I'd feel if each of them had done this. And I feel like my last boyfriend, if I'd like come home from recording and he was like on OnlyFans, like privately paying for like messages one-on-one with this person, I wouldn't love it. And I really trusted that person. I still feel like I would kind of be like, I know men are gross and they do stuff that we can't understand, but like, I don't know. I would feel like, what's the point of this?
My whole thing is just like, I always need to know the motivation. I need to know, like, if something that I can't understand, whatever it is, I just kind of want to know why. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. I think like if he was like, listen, this is a huge celebrity. I just want to see her naked. I'm not one-on-one interacting with her. But like, I like to watch. I'd be like, all right, whatever. Okay. It's not my favorite idea in the whole world, but okay, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But I understand why this feels way more personal than just all the porn on the internet you can consume for free.
Yeah. And we did porn. We asked, do you feel upset or bothered by your partner watching porn? Again, pretty overwhelmingly no. We all watch porn. Don't just lie about it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to walk in on it. No, I watch porn too. And I mean, as long as he's not porn addicted, because that messes with your mind and our relationship. I mean, porn addiction is a real thing, and it certainly affects someone's sex drive, how they behave in a relationship, their expectations of sex, all these things. That could be a whole other episode. We can dive into that another time with even an expert. We have touched on it in previous episodes, but I don't want someone that's watching porn all the time. Like, just like anything else. I don't want someone that's drinking all the time. I don't want someone that's got kind of an around the clock vice like that. But yeah, of course, watch porn, whatever. Like, it's just, again, it's this like everything in moderation type of thing.
Everything in moderation.
What the motivation is.
I think when I think about people that don't like it, I think and I can't speak for other people because it doesn't bother me, and I'm a consumer of porn. But I think some people are like, well, why aren't you attracted to me? And if you're watching something so different than what I am I not giving you what you want? Are you seeking out something outside of this relationship? And I think that we're all entitled to our own sexual fantasies, and we're entitled to masturbate to things that are so far outside of the realm of your relationship and what you guys do together. And that's what's fun about sex and masturbation, is it can be a really private thing. And yeah, sometimes I want to masturbate to some like weird porn that my partner can't give me. And it doesn't make me less attracted to my partner. And it doesn't mean that I have some like duplicitous other side to myself. And I think some people are also like, well, I would have had sex with you today and you chose to jerk off instead. And it's like, I don't know. Some people don't want to have sex every single day. They just don't want to be bothered with you. I don't. Sometimes I just want to take care of myself and not worry about another person. And there's tons of stuff that I watch in porn that is taboo or kinky or same-sex porn that I really like that I'm not doing with my partner. And that's just a part of my personality. And I would never want to be told, you can't do that, because that feels really unfair to tell me what I'm allowed to fantasize about and how to pleasure myself.
Yeah. I mean, of course, it goes without saying, is there something illegal that they're into? Child porn, different story. I want to make that clear. We recognize that. And people have different lines. Like, someone may not be able to reconcile the fact that their partner is into incest porn, for example, something like that, or something really violent, or something that they just can't seem to wrap their head around. But all this is like such communication with your partner. I mean, where I stand on porn is like, is it affecting our relationship and our life in some way? And is this an addiction? And otherwise, I don't know. Again, I don't really want to walk in on you jerking off to porn, but I'm also like, catch me at the right time. I might be into it. I don't know. It depends on what kind of day I've had, So I was looking at the people that really said this is a problem, where like, yes, he watches it too much. It puts unnecessary pressure on me. I mean, there's realness to this, especially with these younger men, and male experts are talking about this and like how damaging it actually is. So I do want to recognize that.
We talked about it with Rena Malik a few episodes back, and about how men are like conditioned to think that they want certain types of sex and they can't get off from regular sex anymore.
And then again, someone wrote, this kind of made me sad. I wish I could fully satisfy him, but it happens. I don't know that it's about that. I mean, again, is this your insecurity that you can't satisfy your partner? Are you having open communication communication about your sex lives and your needs and your desires? Or do you just feel like he wants something crazier and kinkier than you're comfortable with? You know, I have so many questions. And then again, the old me would say yes, but now that I'm in a healthy, trusting relationship, it's fine. We love that energy. And then the one that I reference as well, yes, but I think this is due to some religious trauma that needs unpacking. So much about this: open communication, honesty with your partner, and then self-reflection as well.
Yeah, I really feel for women or men, anybody that feels like my partner's watching this because I can't fulfill their sexual needs. And so often it's not like that. And as somebody who watches quite a bit of porn, I probably watch porn twice a week, maybe once a week. It has nothing to do with my partner. Sometimes I just don't want to be bothered with another person's pleasure. I just want to focus on mine. I do want to explore something that I don't need all the time. It's just sometimes I enjoy it. And I don't need to share every part of myself with somebody. That has nothing to do with the fact that I'm extremely attracted to my partner. I can separate the two completely.
And one that I liked, she said, no, it doesn't bother her. I don't take that as a reflection of how they feel about me. People need to get off by themselves, and there's no shame in that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we really, again, thank you guys for sharing all this with us and contributing to our research study on sex porn. Yeah.
I think this is really interesting and fun. We hope that you debate this with your friends and talk to your partners about this stuff, because I think everybody has really interesting boundaries, and whatever is right for you is right for you. You know, as long as you feel healthy and safe and happy. And that's all.
Okay. So first off, we're going to mix it up. Subscribe to YouTube. If you are watching it, make sure you're subscribed so it's super easy to find. And if you're listening to this and you haven't checked out the YouTube yet, please do. Listen, maybe you're like, nope, I do this on my hot girl walks and that's how I'm going to do it.
I don't want to look at their faces.
If you're into watching, we are on YouTube, just so you guys know. We are on TikTok now, Girls Gotta Eat Podcast, and of course, girlsgottaeatpodcast.com for tickets to our tour dates, and you can grab some merchandise there. Vibesonly.com, Vibes Only on Instagram and Twitter, Girls Gotta Eat Podcast on Instagram. I am Ash Hess. Raina is Raina.Greenberg. And that's enough. We'll see you next week.
Have a good week, guys.
Bye.